because we have two different finals going on. And might I also add, these are some highly exciting finals, not just the NHL, the NBA as well. Last week when we left off Lime Time, we were about to start one day away from Game 1 of the Cavs and the Golden State Warriors. We made some bold predictions on Lime Time, Drew. Let's remind the people what those predictions were.
I had Cavs in 6. He has Golden State in 7.
Looking like we're both going to be wrong.
Looking like it might be Golden State in 4 at this point.
We said Drew made a bold prediction saying the sweep was not going to happen this year. Our buddy Sergio's got something to say about that. Shout out Sergio. He said Golden State in 4, the sweep. So we'll see what happens.
Game 1 headline. Where were the Cavs?
Where were the Cavs? And
some guys showed up for the first half. I'm not sure if they were the Cavs, but those guys were out of the building the second half.
First quarter ends 35-30. Golden State 35, of course. And Iguodala hits a 3 to close it. So it was really about 32-30. They kept it close. The second quarter was 57-50.
Still not awful.
Not awful, but you saw the score. If you were looking at the numbers, you would think, well, no, we're not out. It's not terrible.
No.
But what we saw in the second quarter was the defense of the Cavs really, really playing some poor. I mean, that's when Durant started finding open lanes.
They started playing that old Swiss cheese defense.
There were holes everywhere in it. And
I'm not talking baby Swiss.
Dunks City is what I wrote down because that was what Kevin Durant was putting on in the second quarter. He was finding open lanes.
And this game not even close. What did you say the final score turned out to be?
Final score turned out being 113-91.
And you've got LeBron this time with the near triple-double, 28 points, 8 assists, 15 boards.
I've got that. 15. How many assists did you have? I have 8 assists.
8 assists.
Okay,
8 assists, 15
boards.
boards.
I had that right.
Yeah.
And Kyrie Irving had 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. So between the two of them, they have, 52 points? It's pretty good for the big two.
Here's the problem.
Go ahead.
You can't win this game with 20 turnovers.
20 turnovers. The turnover percentage for the Cavs was 19.6%. 16 turnovers more than the Golden State Warriors had. Golden State had 4. You are not going to beat a team that likes to shoot the basketball
with that many turnovers.
There had to be, and it was rough looking. Of course, we're at Golden State. Maybe the home crowd, Dub Nation's playing a little bit of a factor into
the Oracle.
The Oracle Arena. It's a really impressive place. One thing that I wanted to point out about Game 1, Tristan Thompson.
Where was he?
Is he with Khloe Kardashian?
Did he dress out?
Did he dress out? Did he come? Was he even there? Because my stats say 0 points and 4 rebounds. Tristan Thompson, he's not one of the big three, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving.
But you got to have somebody outside of that big three step up.
But this guy is, he's the Patrick Beverly of the... He's someone that doesn't get a lot of recognition, but someone that definitely is supposed to contribute and help out. And he did not show up.
What about KD?
KD.
38 points.
8 rebounds, 8 assists. Wow.
They're doing this with no Steve Kerr on the sideline, might I add.
I'm wondering if Russell Westbrook's looking at KD in Game 1 saying, where the hell were you last year, KD? Because we could have beat Golden State. We were up 3-1 last year, and we could have put the nail in the coffin if you get played like this.
But nope.
Nope, did not play.
You might put the nail in the coffin of the Cavs. We'll see.
Dunk City is what I'm calling Kevin Durant's game. Sniper is what I'm calling Steph Curry's game. Do you have some stats on that?
Steph Curry? You got a little Curry 28 points, 8 assist action going on.
And 6 rebounds, too. Actually, that's something to pay attention to is the amount of rebounds the small Steph Curry is getting in this finals. We'll get a little bit farther in Game 2. Got something to point out there. But here's a stat you might not have noticed.
Okay.
The Golden State Warriors got 24 from the bench. What do you do against that? You give up 20
What, do you got
turnovers.
Harrison Barnes on the bench still? No, Harrison Barnes
Iguodala.
isn't he? Yeah, Iggy.
How do you give wasn't he the Finals MVP one year?
I don't know.
I believe he was. I believe he was the Finals MVP when they beat Cleveland because he was the main factor in stopping LeBron James before Kevin Durant got there. And Pachulia, you know how I feel about Zaza Pachulia. He had some ugly, ugly shots that somehow found their way in. He ended up getting 8 points, 6 rebounds. He actually played a pretty good role in that. What I noticed is that LeBron's post-game interview, he said, we protected the three-point line well. And that's true.
They did.
They did. There was not a lot of shots from the three-point line on the Golden State Warriors. Drew, tell the people where the Golden State Warriors were shooting from.
Inside.
And behind the three.
They were way out there.
I'm calling Steph the sniper because...
He had Jimmer range.
Golly. it's like he was putting on a. It felt a little Harlem Globetrotters-esque to me. The show that was putting on in Oracle Arena.
You move into game 2.
Game 2.
And it starts out, Cavs look good.
They have to look good because this is all about momentum.
I thought to myself halfway through the first that we might see a game here.
Mm-hmm. Durant, a couple of things about the first and second quarter. The Golden State Warriors were up 40-30, 34 to end the first. Durant hit a long three. The second quarter ended with Golden State Warriors 67-64 with Irving. He had a really fast layup right at the end. He kind of just, and that was good to see his hustle on that. I think we're both kind of rooting for. I know we're taking a break from the facts, but we're both kind of rooting for Cleveland.
I know. I want to see him win again. I want to see another LeBron James ring.
You don't want to see it?
I do.
Okay, well, here's the reason I don't root for the super teams. It's hard to do that because they kind of make themselves the villains. We talked about this. Who's the hero last week? The villain is clearly Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. They've created a super team to battle LeBron James. So we would like to root for LeBron James.
Game 2 didn't really have anything major to add. I mean, you have Curry. Actually, one thing, Curry did have his first triple-double of the postseason.
No, it was very impressive. Curry, and which is, he's not really known. He's a 2-time regular MVP. Second time he was unanimous.
Yep.
In his postseason, people have actually been saying, hold on, he's kind of lacking a little bit. Maybe that's why they added Kevin Durant, is because Steph Curry could not get it done. But he is really playing. Durant's the headline of what's going on Golden State.
Curry is that very, very strong.
He's the exclamation point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, with 32, 10, and 11, big numbers, big triple-double for Steph Curry.
Even on a losing team, though, LeBron had another triple-double, tied him with Magic Johnson for most in finals history with 8.
And that's impressive. I didn't realize that was a stat. I didn't know he's tied him up. That's actually pretty interesting. I noticed that King James was attacking the rim in the first half.
Well, he had to because the Cavs shot 3 for 20 from 3 in the first half of that game.
I'm glad you have that stat because it was not good. Second half, LeBron is hitting a few threes, and I guess he just kind of
5 for 9. The whole team went in the second half.
I guess he just kind of fell out of his groove and thought maybe we can outshoot these guys instead of trying to LeBron James them, King James them up. Popping another land shark. Let's get that started. Lime time. Start it up, baby.
Cheers.
Cheers. King James was attacking, and he started shooting the threes in the second, and you're wondering, why aren't you doing what made it so, kept you in the game in the first half? I mean, it was a close game like it was in game 1, but they looked like they were playing better, honestly. There wasn't as sloppy defense. Tristan Thompson had 8, 4, and 1. Kyle Korver got 8 points, messed around and got 8 points. Kevin Love, 27, 7, 0 assists, 7 rebounds. Good numbers there.
No full court chest pass from Kevin Love this time. I love to watch it.
LeBron actually had a steal from a pass inbounds from Steph Curry and drove it into the. Yep. That was a nice little play.
I mean, Game 3 is tonight, I believe, isn't it?
Game 3 is it's either tonight or tomorrow. I believe it's tonight, Wednesday.
Tonight, yeah, because we got Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday.
8:30. But here's a little takeaway. We doing okay? A little takeaway.
Doing good. Doing good.
Looks like you're having troubles over there, bro.
Got a little happy with the lime.
little lime happy here on Live Time. LeBron kept both of these games alive for the Cleveland Cavaliers as long as they were alive. But KD pulled the plug on that life support because he is Slim Reaper. Is what you called him last week. Yep. I like that nickname. It's the first time I'd heard it. I don't know.
Really?
I thought you'd come up with it.
No, that was on ESPN a while back.
Let's just go ahead and steal that one from Lime Time. That was good.
But Game 3, got to have those Cavs fight back. Mm-hmm. And I think at this point, we got to say, let's take a break. We're coming back with NFL Draft and NFL offseason moves.
That sounds like a good time to me.
All right.
Coming back.
Lime time. Welcome back to